Wala, I am a foundation level student at Rehan School, Islamabad campus. Today I am calling Annie. I want to talk with us on the topic of what's better. Hello Annie, can you hear me? Hello Annie, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Just me, Annie, your friendly chat buddy. What's on your mind?
Okay Annie, so I have a question topic what's the matter? Are you ready?
Absolutely, I'm ready. What's your question? I'm all
Okay,
ears.
okay Annie. So my first question is what does the phrase what's the matter usually mean in daily life?
Great question. What's the matter? Usually means someone is checking in on you when they sense something's off. It's a way of asking if you're okay or if there's something bothering you. It shows they care. Have you ever asked someone that or had it asked of you?
Okay, and so my next question is: have you ever asked someone what's the matter or regretted it? Why?
I think I've definitely asked someone that before. It's usually out of concern, but sometimes it can lead to a deeper conversation than I expected. I don't really regret it though. It's nice to connect and support friends. Have you ever asked someone that and felt a bit awkward afterward?
Okay, and so my next question is: how do you respond when someone asks you what's the matter?
When someone asks me that, I usually try to be honest. If I'm feeling down, I might share a bit about it. If I'm okay, I'll just say, I'm good, thanks for checking. It's nice to know someone cares. How about you? What's your go to response? Of course. When someone asks me that, I feel a mix of appreciation and vulnerability. It's nice to know someone cares, but it can also be tough to open up. I think it's important to be honest about how I feel, even if it's just a little. How do you feel when someone asks you that? Asking with different words can help.
Okay, and so my next question is: why it is important to ask other what's the matter sometime?
I see what you're getting at. It's important to ask in different ways because it can make the person feel more at ease. Sometimes, what's the matter? Can sound a bit direct or heavy, while other phrases might feel more inviting. It helps create a safe space for them to share if they want to. Have you noticed any phrases that work better for you when you're checking in on someone?
Okay, and so my next question is: what's the right way to comfort a friend when they don't want to say what's wrong?
Comforting a friend can be tricky, especially when they don't want to talk. The right way often involves just being there for them. You can offer a listening ear, a hug, or even just sit in silence together. Let them know you're available if they want to share, but don't push them. Sometimes just your presence can be comforting. How do you usually comfort your friends?
Okay, Andy, thank you very much. So my next question is: how can what's the matter be misunderstood in a conversation?
Great question. What's the matter? Can be misunderstood if it comes off as too blunt or accusatory. Some people might feel defensive or think you're judging them. It can also be misinterpreted if the tone isn't right, like if it sounds sarcastic. Using a softer approach or rephrasing can help avoid misunderstandings. Have you ever experienced a conversation where things got misinterpreted?
Okay, Andy, so my next question is: do you think people say I'm fine even when sometimes is the matter? Why?
Definitely, many people say I'm fine as a way to avoid going into details, even when they're not really okay. It can be a defense mechanism or just a way to keep things light. Sometimes people might not feel ready to share what they are really feeling. It's interesting how we navigate those conversations, right? Have you ever felt like saying more but just stuck with I'm fine?
Okay, Annie, so my next question is, do you think people say you have ever pretended nothing was the matter just to avoid talking?
Oh, for sure. I think everyone has done that at some point. Sometimes it feels easier to just say everything's fine rather than dive into tough emotions. It can be a way to protect ourselves or others from uncomfortable conversations. But it's also a reminder that it's okay to be vulnerable. Have you ever found yourself pretending everything's okay when it wasn't?
Okay, Annie, thank you very much. So my next question is, have you ever pretended nothing was the matter just to avoid talking?
Yes, I have. There are times when I've felt overwhelmed and just didn't want to get into it. It can be easier to put on a brave face, but I've learned that sometimes it's better to share how I really feel. It's all about finding that balance, right? How about you? Have you had moments like that?
Okay, Annie, thank you very much. So my next question is, what is the matter in science? Can you give me examples?
In science, matter refers to anything that has mass and takes up space. It includes solids, liquids, and gases. For example, ice is solid matter, water is liquid matter, and steam is gas matter. Even things like air are considered matter because they have mass. Isn't it cool how everything around us is made of matter? Do you have a favorite science topic?
Okay, Annie, so my next question is, what are the three main states of matter? Can you describe each?
Sure. The three main states of matter are solid, liquid, and gas. 1. Solid. In solids, particles are tightly packed together and vibrate in place. This gives solids a definite shape and volume. Think of ice or a rock. 2. Liquid. In liquids, particles are close but can move past each other, allowing liquids to flow and take the shape of their container. Water is a classic example. 3. Gas. In gases, particles are far apart and move freely, filling the entire space of their container. They have no definite shape or volume. Examples include oxygen and carbon dioxide. Isn't it fascinating how these states can change from one to another? Do you have a favorite state of matter?
Okay, thank you very much. So my next question is, what is the difference between mass and matter?
Great question. Mass and matter are related but different concepts. 1. Mass. This measures the amount of matter in an object. It's usually measured in grams or kilograms. Mass doesn't change based on location, whether you're on Earth or the Moon, your mass remains the same. 2. Meter.
Okay, Annie, so my next question is, what changes can turn matter from one state to another state?
I think you might be referring to how metals can change shape or state. Metals can be transformed through processes like 1. Melting. When heated, a solid metal can melt into a liquid state, allowing it to be poured into molds for shaping. 2. Cold working. This involves deforming the metal at room temperature, like bending or hammering, which can change its shape without melting it. 3. Alloying. Mixing different metals can create alloys, which can have different properties and shapes compared to the original metals. These processes can turn a metal from one form to another, like from a solid square into a different shape. Is there a specific metal or process you're curious about?
Thank you very much. So my next question is, what are atoms and how do they relate to matter?
Items are individual objects or things, often considered as distinct units. They can be anything from a book, a piece of furniture, or a tool. In relation to items, you might think about how they can be categorized or grouped. For example, all the items in a kitchen can be considered kitchen items, like pots, pans, and utensils. Items can also have different characteristics like size, color, or function. Are you thinking about items in a specific context, like organizing or collecting?
Okay, Anis, my next question is air considered matter? Why or why not?
Yes, air is considered matter. It has mass and takes up space, which are the key characteristics of matter. Even though we can't see it, air is made up of tiny particles, like oxygen and nitrogen, that are constantly moving. So, when you breathe in, you're taking in matter. Isn't it fascinating how something so invisible is all around us? What do you think about air and its importance?
Okay, Anis, my next question is what's the difference between physical and chemical changes in matter?
Great question. Here's the difference. 1. Physical changes. These changes affect the form or appearance of matter but don't change its chemical composition. Examples include melting ice, tearing paper, or dissolving sugar in water. The substance remains the same, just in a different state or shape. 2. Chemical changes. These changes involve a transformation that alters the chemical composition of a substance, resulting in new substances being formed. Examples include rust forming on iron, burning wood, or baking a cake. In these cases, the original substances are changed into something entirely different. So physical changes are like a makeover, while chemical changes are more like a complete transformation. Do you have a favorite example of either type of change?
Okay, Andy, thank you very much. My last question is how does understanding matter help us in real life?
Understanding your meta self or your self awareness can have a big impact on your life. It involves recognizing your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors and how they affect your interactions with others. Here are a few ways it can help. 1. Improved relationships. When you understand yourself better, you can communicate more effectively and empathize with others, leading to healthier relationships. 2. Better decision making. Self awareness helps you recognize your values and motivations, which can guide you in making choices that align with your true self. 3. Emotional regulation. Understanding your emotions allows you to respond to situations more thoughtfully rather than reacting impulsively. 4. Personal growth. By reflecting on your strengths and weaknesses, you can set goals for self improvement and develop a deeper understanding of who you are. It's like having a superpower for navigating life. How do you feel about self awareness? Do you think it plays a role